He told me that he's committed a murder. He said that he killed 2 guys.
Just this month,
I've got a paramedic on scene.
it's been 4 years
where a double murder has occurred at the Rough Creek Lodge
since the unthinkable happened.
One of the victims we have confirmed, Chris Kyle.
American sniper Chris Kyle and his friend Chad Littlefield gunned down by Eddie Ralph, the troubled Marine they were trying to help.
An American hero surviving 4 tours in Iraq, only to die right here at home in North Texas.
He wanted to have some kind of fame, so he got some fame all right for being a coward.
In Robinson, Texas, the days and the anger for Kyle's brother Jeff are still sometimes tough to fight through.
The person that took that life, they don't even deserve the breath that they're breathing.
And a trip to a computer made another difficult day just that much worse.
The Stoned Llama is what it's called. Tammy the Stoned Llama.
A website hawking the drawings and the poems of the man who killed his brother. Eddie Ralph's artwork and writings from prison for sale.
Honestly, what was your initial response?
I was about ready to punch my computer screen. It's sickening. It pisses me off to know that these guys can be complete scum of the earth and be where they're at for good reason, and somebody's still trying to help them get rich off of being, you know, a piece of crap. That really gets me boiling.
But if that got his blood boiling,
Virginia Tech Massacre Sung Cho.
a duffel bag in Houston
These are screenplays that he wrote in English literature.
might be more than he can bear.
Charles Manson CDs. This is a healthy chunk of Charles Manson's hair.
Andy Kahn, an activist who helps guide crime victims through the painful and lengthy legal process,
Correspondence by Richard Ramirez, better known as the Night Stalker.
has been collecting this stuff for years.
He has his own personalized stationery.
Murderabilia, he calls it.
You can't show this. This is very sexually graphic artwork.
Sold by multiple websites. He collects it, he says, as proof
But he also starts off saying Aryan greetings,
Aryan greetings.
mein Brunder.
that it's an industry that needs to be shut down.
From a victim's perspective, there's nothing more nauseating and disgusting when you find out the person who murdered one of your loved ones now has items being hawked by third parties for pure profit. It's like being gutted all over again by our criminal justice system.
So later this year, with the help of Texas lawmakers, he hopes to introduce federal legislation to make profiting from the sudden infamy of a murderer illegal.
You know, from my perspective, no one should be able to rob, rape, and murder and then turn around and make a buck off of it.
It's called the Federal Anti-Murderabilia Crime Victim Dignity Act.
I am a firm believer in free enterprise and capitalism, but I think you got to draw the line somewhere, and from a victim's perspective, this is where the buck has to stop.
It makes me sick that they would actually try to profit off of somebody's death.
But at his home in California,
Here's the gift shop tag.
William Harder, more than anyone, disagrees.
My mother loves me. I'm her son. She wishes I collected baseball cards.
He runs several websites, including murderauction.com.
$5, $4.
Has established relationships with convicts like Charles Manson. Has been selling murderabilia for years with no apologies.
Ted Bundy court documents.
Hollywood and television profit from true crime stories, he says.
Incarcerated.
So why shouldn't he?
The numbers don't lie. I mean, there's a reason people like violent video games. There's a reason people like violent television shows. American culture is violent. We're a society born of violence, and I think it's in human nature.
It's a disgrace that it's even there to begin with.
For a Marine who lost his brother to a murderer,
I'd like to see it shut down.
a murderabilia dealer's arguments ring about as hollow as you can get.
Anything you would say to the people who are running these websites?
Nothing that I could say on camera. If I could get them face to face in a closed room like this, a dark room, you'd definitely see a different side of me. I'd like to meet those guys in a dark alley somewhere and let them know what I think.
I believe, you have serial killer comic books.
There's an entire other industry activists know they cannot shut down.
You have a Jeffrey Dahmer doll.
The retail market.
The way they actually advertise the doll, it says, open me up for a sure delight and see who I ate for dinner last night.
It's a freedom of speech issue.
You can't legislate bad taste. The manufactured stuff is bad taste.
So the federal legislation will target anyone profiting from a convict's own work. But Jeff Kyle's anger isn't just reserved for a murderabilia dealer. If you buy this stuff, you have his disgust too.
That's exactly what they are. They're shit. If they actually contribute to, to the sickness then, you know, they're no better than the person they're buying it from.
Now it's time to go for the knockout and get this bill passed. We owe crime victims the dignity, respect, and due process they have by shutting this insidious industry down.
But this is Khan's 5th attempt. So far, no lawmaker has been willing to even give it a hearing. He's hoping the stone llama, the dove, and the writings of the man who killed the American sniper
I just called in for an ambulance to Rough Creek Lodge and Resort.
might finally be disgusting enough to end it for good. Kevin Reese, Channel 8 News.